Hi, my name's Tom Roberts, and I'm president-elect of MinShape and also state coordinator for Health Moves Minds. I have been an elementary physical education specialist for, it's been about close to 30 years now. And cooperative activities and cooperative challenges, they've always been a huge part of my curriculum. And I always, try to implement them at various times during the year. I don't have a set, like 2 weeks where I do just cooperative activities. Number one, because that's not very conducive to an elementary curriculum. Um, I do different things every day, and I try to hit different um, standards every day. And elementary kids, they just, if you did something more than if you did something 2 days in a row, my students are like, why are you doing this 2 days in a row? I'm bored. So anyway, the way I implement my curriculum or my cooperative activities is if I feel like my students are, they might be arguing a lot during competitive games, or they may be just, not being very kind to each other. That's when I think to myself, bingo, it is time to do a cooperative activity. Um, and hopefully that kind of changes the culture back to the culture that you want, the culture of kindness and cooperation and team building. So it's kind of a feel thing as to when I implement these cooperative activities. Now I'm going to show you guys 5 cooperative activities today. Um, each one is going to take some different equipment, and I will go over what equipment is needed for each. I'll go over, kind of the grade level appropriateness, and I'll also go over how you can possibly make it more COVID friendly and social distance that way. Now, granted, some of them are easy to or are easier than others to transform into a social distance situation for physical education. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to show the video of the cooperative activity. I'm going to let it run. I'm not going to speak over it because that might be a little distracting. And then after it is done, I'll kind of go over equipment needed, uh, adaptations, age level appropriateness, and things like that. And then we'll move on to the next one. So we're going to start with the Leaky water pipe race. So here we go. Enjoy.
Yeah, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. That should be a good one. All right. Good bounce. All right, work together. Way to work together. Go with it.
So that was the Leaky water pipe race. First of all, equipment needed. I know Gopher sells the Leaky water pipe race kit. That's where I got the idea. But I've also made a lot of it myself too. Um, so basically, you need the each team needs about 10 people because you need a person who has a cup without a hole in the front by the big paint bucket full of water, and then you need uh, 3 or 4 people that are holding each leaky pipe. And what if you get the Gopher one? They already have the PVC pipe with the holes in them. But what you could also do is just you could go to Menards and get some cut up PVC pipe and just take a drill and drill various holes throughout the pipe and do it that way. And then what I have lily pads or poly spots, 5 or 6 of them. And you could, if you were social distancing, you could put them at least 6 feet apart. And each lily pad has a cup. What I did is I just took solo cups and I drilled holes in the bottom. And so each one of them has that. And then at the very end, the last person, just past the last person, is a smaller little like ice cream pail. And I put a black line about a fourth of a way up. And what happens is that first person with the bigger cup fills it up, pours it into the pipe that all the other pipe holders are holding. They try to hold over all the leak holes, and then they pour it into the first person's cup. First person then pours it into the second, and so on and so on. And obviously the water level gets lower and lower and lower as they go, but hopefully that last person has at least a little bit that they drop into that ice cream bucket. And then as they're doing that, the person the people with the pipe are already getting filled up again to start the process over again. It's a kind of continuous process. And of course, the winner is the one that gets to their water level to that line first. So it's one that needs a little bit of equipment, but it's a fun game, and the kids love it. Obviously, you want to do it on a hot day, a nice hot day. And what I do is I benefit from the fact that I have a water spigot, an outdoor water spigot that's right on my wall. Was right in front of that activity. So what I do is I fill up a big big rubber garbage can full of water, one on wheels usually that you can roll. And at the end of each class, I just refill each paint bucket for each team, and that's how we keep going. Sometimes the students get a little wet, but that's okay too. All right, now moving on to our second activity. This one is the Cooperative Circle Juggle game. Excellent cooperative activity. It takes a lot of concentration, teamwork, and hand-eye coordination. Way to concentrate. Good teamwork. So that one was the Cooperative Circle Juggle game. Now, obviously, that one probably more geared towards your upper elementary age kids, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And the way you do it is, first of all, you start out with an odd number of. So there were 7 students in that circle, and you could start with 5 also. But what you do is you tell them that they need to come up with a pattern, and then each teammate needs to know the pattern before they start throwing that first ball around. So I need to know who I'm throwing it to, and I need to know who I'm catching the ball from, because it always stays the same, and that's how the pattern goes. So you start them with 1 ball, and once they're successful with that, you have them add 1 additional ball to make it more difficult. And that group probably did it the best out of all of them I've had to do it that day. A lot of times you can get, they can get 2 or 3, but to get 4, I thought was really good, and it's really one that really focuses on many different standards. I mean, you're focusing on motor skills of hand-eye coordination, obviously teamwork, but it takes a lot of focus to be paying attention and know who you're catching it from and who you're throwing it to. So basically, you start with 1 ball and you work your way up. Once again, more of a 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade activity, but definitely a fun one. They love it. Now we're going to move on to the toxic waste transfer.
Welcome to the toxic waste transfer. We are going to transfer the toxic waste in here. The screen's up right here. Whoop, I dropped it. All the way down to the end of where that bucket is there. The object is to not drop any on the floor. They all need to go into the bucket. You guys got to work together, okay? Work as a team, use teamwork, okay? I'm going to put this back on the floor. Ready? Ready? I'm going to count to 3. We're going to lift it up slowly. Okay, you got to switch these around because they're over each other, okay? Then you get the other one. All right, ready? Callie, can you do it? 3, 2, 1, and up. Make sure it doesn't tip over. We're walking together. We're working together. Be very careful when you get to the bucket. Don't trip over the bucket there, Elijah. You've got to work together and get the toxic waste into the bucket. You cannot touch the bucket. Careful, careful, careful. Careful. Move it back a little. Move it back slowly. Oh, you almost got it. You almost got it. Slowly. Slowly. You almost got it. Almost. Almost. There's something starting to come. Okay. Nice job. Good work.
So that was the ever popular toxic waste transfer. Now that one is one that can be done, pretty much with any age level. The equipment for it is what I did is I took those little ice cream buckets and I poked holes in them with the scissors or pocket knife or whatever. And then you take your shoestring, you stick it through there, do a little knot, and pull it tight. And then for each shoestring, what I did was I put a little tape line to delineate how far their hands could go up. Their hands could not go in front of that tape line. And the reason for that is it's a lot easier just to go all the way up, put your hands all the way up by the bucket and walk it down and dump it in than it is if you're further away. It takes a little bit more dexterity and focus and cooperation to do that. And you'll also need, obviously, a bucket on that other end. And all I used for the toxic waste was I just used construction paper, colored, whatever. You can use red, green, whatever. green could be slime or red for toxic waste or whatever. And I like to tell them that if the toxic waste hits the floor, you're going to burn my gym floor. And then I get really mad. Um, the younger kids eat that up. And I love how, I don't know if you saw on that clip, that once I reminded Elijah to not run into the bucket, 3 or 4 of his teammates made sure that they reminded him also to look out for the bucket. But it's a fun activity. The toughest part of that activity is when they get to the bucket, because it's fairly easy to walk it down, but to actually successfully get all those little particles into the bucket, every single one of them, it takes a lot of teamwork. So they did a pretty good job for that. Alrighty, now moving on to our next one. This is our caterpillar walk.
Okay, welcome to the Caterpillar Walk, the Cooperative Caterpillar Walk. We have one caterpillar walker, it's going to be Jace, and then we have 4 people that are going to lay lily pads down so Jace can make it all the way down to the end. They can only touch one lily pad at a time, okay? So, they're going to work together and they're going to cooperate. Are you guys ready? When I say go, we're going to start. Ready? Go. We're going to go all the way down to the end. We're going to go as fast as we can. You can only touch one lily pad at a time. Jace will keep moving forward. He has to wait till there's a lily pad there. Lily pads cannot be on top of each other. It's got to be in front of one another. Keep going, guys. As soon as he gets off it, you can pick it up. We're going to get him all the way down to the end. The straighter the line, the faster he'll go. Hurry, 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 hurry. Nice work. If you see an open lily pad, grab it and bring it up to the front. Nice work. We're all working together. Excellent. Teamwork. Good teamwork. Keep walking, Dave. You should be on the first one all the time. It should never be an open one in the front. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, Deuce, make sure they do not slide. Want it straight, buddy. Oh, we're over halfway. We're over halfway. Good job. Try to make it a straight line. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Hustle. We're almost done. Hustle. Keep getting in front of him. Faster. Faster. Nice work. He's almost there. If he steps on the gym floor, they have to start over. Oh, close, close, close. Keep going. Keep going. Nice work. Watch your balance, Jake. Oh, we don't want a lily pad on top of one another, in front of one another. Nice work. Almost there. Almost there. Hustle, hustle, hustle. Jace knows to get to that first one as fast as he can. As soon as the foot leaves, then somebody needs to take that last one. We're almost there. Straight. Yep, there you go. You have that one behind, Deuce. Almost there. Maybe Jace can jump to the shore from here. He's got to jump over the black line. All right, nice work, guys. Woo-hoo.
Alrighty, so that was our caterpillar walk. If you noticed in that clip, you always want to have one less lily pad or poly spot than you do your students or team members. So I believe I had 5 team members there and 4 lily pads. It's great activity. Does not take that much equipment, obviously. As far as adapting it to skill level and grade level appropriateness, I probably wouldn't have kindergartners and first graders going all the way to the end of the gym. I might have them going only half court, because might maybe take a little longer. And as far as keeping them 6 feet apart in this activity, this might be one that would be a little harder to adapt to social distancing. And I want to apologize because I realized that they were not wearing their masks. I was, but they were not. That actually wasn't a phy ed class. I had just grabbed some of the daycare kids that are also my students, but they were in daycare when they gave that demonstration, which was a very good one. I just forgot to put their masks on. So now, moving on to the next activity. Oh, and I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about the caterpillar walk. Always make sure that that everyone gets a chance to be that walker, because that's probably the most fun part of that activity. Even though the other people that are not the walkers are still obviously doing a lot of work if they're putting those poly spots down in front and they're going the whole way. So everyone stays busy, everyone's active. That's what we always want. Now we're going to move on to the Move the World.
No points. No. Bring him back. Take him out. Take him out. Bella. Take the points out. Two points. Here they come. Two points.
So that was the Move the World Challenge. First of all, I want to apologize. I don't realize how loud my voice is until I start videoing it. That's my PE voice. The object, obviously, was to get your Fitball or your World and move it, transport it all the way across the gym with the noodles, not your hands. Can't touch the ball with your hands. And place it in what I was using was those were actual big cup stacking cups, the biggest ones you can get. And you could also use paint buckets. That's what I have in there too. The reason I had those paint buckets in there and they walked right by them is because I think that's what I had my first and kindergartners put them into. A little easier to put them in the bigger, wider paint buckets you get from Menards or whatever than those big those smaller cup stacking cups. But then what they were doing was you put like 6 or 8 bean bags at where their team is at the starting line. And if they successfully transferred their Fitball into the into the little the cup stacking cup, the bucket there. Then they got to put 2 bean bags in the hula hoop. Okay, so the winner was the team that had the most bean bags in their hula hoop. And if the ball hit the ground, then they don't get to put the bean bags in the hoop. I don't know if you saw one of the students was calling his teammates out for that. He was saying, "Hey, it touched the ground! It touched the ground!" So that was good honesty on his part. His name, yeah. So anyway, equipment needed for that would be each team gets 2 noodles. Each team gets 6 or 8 bean bags that you put by the cone by their team. Each team would get 1 big fit ball. That's their world. And then you would put the big cup stacking cup down at the other end to where they carry it to. So that one was called Move the World. Now, like I said, my goal for this activity and for this presentation, and my hope is that you'll be able to take some of these activities and use them in your curriculum. I'm a firm believer in cooperative games and activities and team building games being playing a huge role in elementary physical education teachers' curriculum. I've had it be an integral part of my curriculum for a long time now, and I always enjoy implementing them, and I enjoy watching the kids do them. Obviously, you can go from the more simplistic challenges all the way up to ones that are, really challenging for your 4th and 5th graders. So, once again, thank you for attending this presentation. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. My email is roberts.tom@slpschools.org, or you can also contact me at my MinShape email, which is tom.roberts@minshape.org. So once again, thank you, and I believe now we are going to have a short sponsor video and then some questions and answers. Thank you.
For taking the time to learn more about Everlast Climbing. We got our start back in 1991, initially creating products for indoor climbing gyms. Our focus moved to youth climbing and schools after we received positive feedback from educators on how climbing pulled in students not previously interested in PE. This got us really excited to focus on youth and help get them active. We design our walls to be kid-friendly. We have unique safety features never before seen on a climbing wall. And we support educators with the programming needed to create a safe and rewarding climbing program. Our staff shares a passion for getting kids active, and we have 6 educators on staff. Our walls are turnkey. We work directly with the customer and can customize the climbing walls and offer factory installation. If people choose to install themselves, we provide detailed installation instructions. There are so many benefits to rock climbing. The one that we appreciate the most is that it reaches the whole child, mind, body, and spirit. It offers physical, social, emotional, and cognitive benefits. Physically, climbing builds muscle endurance and strength. It helps to develop upper body strength. Climbing also helps develop flexibility because there's a lot of stretching and reaching for hand and foot holds. While climbing, you're also developing body awareness, motor skills, coordination, and balance. You're really using your whole body in unique ways. Climbing also brings social emotional benefits. So many virtues can be developed. No matter how high or low you are on the climbing wall, you're off the floor and you're having to summon courage and confidence. Climbing also engages the brain. There is so much problem solving going on with rock climbing in figuring out how to move your body across the wall and which hand and foot holds are the best. It also involves communication. There are activities where students are working as partners or in groups and need to talk to each other and work together to be successful. We offer climbing walls in several different categories, but for the sake of time, I'll just quickly cover the main two. Traverse walls are shown here. This fun and challenging type of climbing wall is meant to be climbed horizontally rather than climbing up and down. They're 6, 8, and 10 feet high, depending on the age of the climbers. No ropes or harnesses are required, and they're great for ages 3 and up. Our traverse walls are a panel system. Most of our walls are wood, and then a surface is applied to the wood. The surface of the one pictured here is a textured paint with multiple colored flecks. We offer many different panel styles, which are found on our website. Our handholds were designed specifically for children to be large and easy to grasp. Most of our walls include color-coded holds that vary by difficulty level. Most of our traverse walls also include the red relief line, which is a safety feature. It defines the climbing zone, no feet above the line. Safety surfacing via our mat locking system is also part of the package. And our climbing walls include resources. We have activity guides, climbing walls, rule signs, and a safety care and maintenance manual so the end user knows how to care for the wall. Another type of climbing is a top rope climbing wall. This offers a more challenging experience beyond the traverse wall. You can climb vertically, and it involves special equipment such as ropes, belay devices, harnesses, and helmets. These walls also have required training, so proper safety protocols are in place. They're great for adolescent climbers and build on the climbing skills of a traverse wall. They also expand on positive risk-taking and further develop teamwork, coordination, and social skills. Before I end, I want to make sure you know how to reach us and to let you know about some resources that we have available to you. Please email or call us with any additional questions you may have. In addition, our website has several pages you may like. They're easy to find via the search bar on our website. We have a free downloadable funding guide specific to each state. If you need help getting funds for a climbing wall, the guide includes information about state and national grants, as well as many ideas for do-it-yourself fundraising. We also offer free professional development via webinars, so check the schedule on our website. Many of these webinars can be used for CEUs. We have a page of climbing activities, so once you get your wall, you'll want to check that out. In addition, we have an educational climbing blog that features all sorts of things, from climbing activities to new products to how others are using climbing walls. Finally, I encourage you to follow us on social media. We share pictures of people's climbing walls, activities, and more. It will help you connect with our climbing community. Thanks, and have a wonderful day.